Hello YouTube! I'm in a bit of a Generation 1 mood today, so I'm going to do one of my absolute favourites from Generation 1. Gotta crack on because it's a triple changer, and it's even better than that. It's a Headmaster triple changer. Here he is. This is Generation 1 Snapdragon. And he's one of the Horrorcons, along with his partner Apeface. These guys came about in the latter days of Generation 1, around 1987, 1988, when the whole thing was gimmicks, gimmicks, gimmicks. How many gimmicks can we push? And these guys really epitomise that. I mean, as I say, triple changing headmasters. I mean, you can't go wrong, really. And there's even more than that. Unlike the other Decepticon headmasters, their headmaster partners become the heads of the animal modes as well. Oh, good God. And you'd expect with that many gimmicks, really, you'd expect these things to fail miserably, but they don't. At least this one doesn't. I mean, Apeface is not as good as this one. I don't think Apeface fails terribly. He's okay. I quite like Apeface. I'm trying to convince myself of that, aren't I? You can tell there's a certain level of denial going on there. I can feel it churning away. Justification, justification. I know he's shit, but I don't want to admit it. This guy isn't shit. There's no denial involved here. This is a wonderful, wonderful toy. This is his jet mode, and he's awesome. He's enormous, for one thing. I mean, that's a bloody nice element of these toys. They're big. And the plastic, oh my God, the plastic on these things is so dense there. That thing is like armour plating. You could sort of go and have an X-ray behind that and use it as shielding. It's wonderful. I also just love the design of the jet. I mean, it's big and imposing and has that lovely long neck. Yeah, bit Freudian, getting a wee bit Freudian there, and it is a wee bit Freudian, especially, no. I'm going to derail that train of thought right there. I'll do a video on Freudian Transformers later on. But there is the jet form of Snapdragon, and it's wonderful. For a Generation 1 jet, and considering that it transforms into 3 modes, hardly any kibble whatsoever. The underside is very, very, very sleek. He looks wonderful. In fact, I'd go so far as to say this is, barring 6 shots space jet cruiser thingy mode. Yeah, I'm feeling articulate tonight. You can tell, can't you? This is my favourite Generation 1 jet. He looks brilliant, absolutely wonderful, and he's so heavily armed as well. He's got 2 big cannons on the side. He's got his guns from his robot mode there. There's guns on the end of the wings. There's guns on the end of these back fins. Very heavily armed indeed. He's absolutely wonderful. It's old, this toy. I mean, there are no reissues of this thing, and I doubt there ever will be. So this is the original one. I got him from Auto Assembly in 2005, and he cost me a bomb. But he's in such good condition. I've got his box as well. His box is knocking about here somewhere, so can't beat it. Lovely, lovely colours. The white is held up quite well, actually. This is not that kind of plastic that deteriorates and turns green or grey or anything like that. It's just stayed a lovely gone-off bone white, offset with black, purple, and a bit of turquoise. Very, very lovely. He's also got a little compartment here for his headmaster partner. And I like Snapdragon's headmaster partner better than all the others, because unlike the others, it's a slightly different design. There he is. That's little Crunk. Crunk. Excellent name. And he's the bodyguard of Lord Zarak. He's not terribly clever, by all accounts. Bit of a brute. But he does as he's told, so he's a fairly good soldier. And I like the way that, because this thing transforms into the dragon head as well as the robot head, he's got this sort of, he's got the teeth all up his arms and legs, which gives him a nice threatening spiky appearance, and he's got this funny hood as well. The actual torso is a bit more detailed than your usual headmaster as well. He looks really cool. I like Crunk a lot. In terms of character, Snapdragon, he's kind of interesting, actually. I mean, traditionally you'd expect a Decepticon that turns into a dragon or a dinosaur or whatever the hell it's supposed to be a bit of an idiot. They usually are, but this one isn't. He's phenomenally intelligent, smart, fast. His skill is an interceptor, and he's very, very skilled at it. The only problem with Snapdragon is that he is lazy as hell. He's one of the laziest Decepticons in existence, and were it not for his fellow Decepticons wading through the filth and mire of his personal quarters to get him up, then he wouldn't do anything. He's a completely lazy swine. But when he is roused, when he is disturbed from doing nothing, he gets very angry apparently, and that motivates him. So all you have to do is disturb him, and then he gets roused, and then he's off. He also likes filth for some reason. His motto is, the dirtier it is, the better I like it. He likes wading through filth and whatnot and getting dirty and all that sort of thing. Bit weird, but I like it. He's a bit quirky, and that's always interesting. The fact that he's also intelligent with it, like Apeface. Apeface is phenomenally intelligent as well. It just sort of brings a nice little quirkiness to the character, which I like a great deal. Right then, on to his dragon mode next, I think. And there is Gen 1 Snapdragon in his very peculiarly styled, but I think incredibly successful dragon come dinosaur come thingy mode. Obviously, certain compromises have been made to accommodate the various modes, but you know what, considering the constraints under which the designers were working at the time, I think they've done a bloody fantastic job. The way that various different elements of the jet contort to become the anatomy of the dinosaur are, I think, wonderful. I particularly like the articulation of the tail. I mean, obviously this is the nose cone of the jet, and it's articulated in two places, so that it becomes this wonderful approximation of a tail. And it looks very big and meaty, almost like a weapon that he can swing around, which is great. I think that's wonderful. Obviously there's a fair amount of kibble in this mode, but unlike most Transformers that have kibble left over from one of their other alt modes, it doesn't detract from the overall look of the dinosaur dragon thingy. It just gives it a very, very particular style, and I like it a lot. It looks like a big rampaging engine of death, which is obviously what it is. And it also it's got that wonderful Generation 1 thing where it's big and meaty and very, very heavy. I like that. Everything's quite angular. And I really, really appreciate that. I think he looks wonderful. All the colours carry over, obviously. And in terms of articulation, he's pretty damn well articulated, actually, for a toy from this era. His legs will move, and they'll move at the knee as well, although that's a bloody stiff joint, that one. His arms will move up and down. The dinosaur dragon mouth will move, so he can actually bite things, which is really nice. I'd like to see this guy go up against Grimlock, actually, because not only are they comparative forms, they're also comparatively sized. I think Snapdragon will win. Yeah, because he's a headmaster, as well as a big rampaging monster of death. But yes, it's a very interesting and very well-designed mode. He displays wonderfully. He looks really good in this mode, particularly alongside his partner Apeface and the other Decepticon headmasters. I do wish they'd taken a wee bit more time with the other Decepticon headmasters, actually, because they don't measure up to this guy, with the exception, of course, of the base Scorponok. Oh god, Scorponok is my Transformers equivalent of a really, really big chocolate cake made with real 85% Belgian chocolate. He is my favourite Transformer ever made. And yes, I will be gushing forth over him over a period of probably 3 videos, maybe when I reach 100 subscribers or something, as a sort of celebratory thing, I don't know. But yes, we'll get onto him later. For now, Snapdragon in his dragon mode. I love it. I think it's really, really cool. I like to think of him and Apeface as sort of like bodyguards for Scorponok. That's certainly how they functioned in the comics. The only real issues I have with this mode is that some of the joints are incredibly stiff, but I think that may just be due to age, to be honest. Some of the screws have gone a wee bit rusty. I may have to sort that out. And also you've got these really big bits here that the arms hang off. But they fold in quite nicely, and they just lend it a general level of bulk that I don't really mind at all. I think it looks really, really good. There's also the problem with the head, because the head can only go down that far. You have to have him positioned forward like this so the body is horizontal. But again, not a terrible concern, really. I think this mode is absolutely wonderful. Right then, on to his final mode, the robot.